Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. पौर्णमास्यां यथा चंद्र एक एवादि निर्मलः तेन तत्सदृशं पश्येत् द्विधा दृष्टिर्विपर्ययः. Seeing the multiplicity and duality as real is an error of understanding. And if something is erroneously done, it demands correction. Having said thus, the teacher says now 22nd verse, अनेनैव प्रकारेण बुद्धिभेदो न सर्वगः दाता च धीरतामेति गीयते नाम कोटिभिः. अनेन प्रकारेण, this is the technique. What is said thus far, अनेनैव प्रकारेण, in this manner, बुद्धिभेदः न, there is no acceptance of duality on account of the perception of duality. You know, one of the best examples I came across on this topic is in the writings of Santa Gyaneshwar in Amrita Anubhav, where he gives this experience, an example. When we look into the mirror, there is an operation of duality. I, the seer, and I am seeing the reflection in the mirror. So it is a duality. But although this is an experience of duality, does it in any way destroy the non-dual experience? Like when I am looking at this mic and I put on something on the mic, so the weight of that machine does not come on my neck because it is separate from me. So this is the experience of duality. But when we are looking into the mirror and then stand there, see your teeth, take the brush and the toothpaste and then apply it there. No, we apply it on our teeth. So although we are seeing something as other than me, but the experience is, I am looking at me, is it not? This experience. Now this experience also you have when there are two ladies, one is mother, one is not the mother of the child we are referring to. Now the child is creating some problem. Now what is seen by the two ladies? That lady who is not the mother of the child, she will say, children are not disciplined, they should be taught, I don't know what kind of parents these are. And the lady who is a mother of the child, she will start seeing glory in her foolishness, in the foolishness of the child. Because she sees herself reflected in the child. This experience that although we are seeing or operating in duality, yet the non-dual experience doesn't get corrupted. See, once one mother, she brought her child. They were blessed with a child after 5-6 years. So when the child was about 7-8 months, she came. Swami, I could not come, please excuse me. I said, anyway, never mind, come. It was the last day of my talk series. So when everything was over, prasad was being given. I was sitting there on the Vyaspeeth, prasad giving, people giving dakshina, and an exchange, barter system was over. At the end, this lady came with her baby. Swamiji, I wanted to come but I couldn't come. Now I have brought, please bless him. So she put the child in my lap. I said, Mama, thank you very much. You have solved my big problem. What is that? I was thinking to whom to hand over my gaddi. Now you have given me your son as an offering. Thank you very much. Now I will make him into a great sannyasi. No. I say, look here, I am sitting here on the Vyaspeeth. Then people give something here, they don't take it back. So you have given me your son. Really, you are great. And she became so nervous and all that. I was enjoying, having fun. And when this was going on, that fellow did what he should not have done. And the fragrance started coming out. And when it happened, I said, hey, come on, take this dirty fellow. What he thinks, I'm in bathroom or what? Take him away. You know what that mother said? Swamiji, Dhanya, you are great. Why? 3 दिन नहीं गया था. So last 3 days he has not gone. By your touch he has gone. Look here. Our holy touch opened his hole. Now for that mother, that child defecating on my lap was not a bad event. Because she sees herself in that child. See, friends. Therefore, living in this duality world and yet not getting lost in this duality is spiritual practice. Therefore, sadhu, santa, saints and great masters, they don't have to struggle to love anybody. It is natural to them. For us, Gupta ji, how come you are happy today? Me, somebody is miserable, we accept it. If somebody is happy, how come you are happy today? See, therefore, anenaiva prakarena buddhi bhedaha na. There is no differentiation on account of the perception of differences because sarvagaha. He is all pervading. Everything is but him. You know what happens? It is easier to understand examples, such as in all the ornaments, gold is the reality. In all the waves, water is the reality. In all the mud pots, the mud is the reality. But in this whole world of animate and inanimate objects and beings, how there can be one common denominator? See? We say God is all pervading. God all pervading even in my neighbor? Yes. I can accept God's presence everywhere except in my neighbor. In Delhi it happened, once I was talking and I made a mention probably that if we have even a little hatred for anybody, even in the dream, even for fun, even once, we are not qualified for the reception of the divine grace. So after marriage over, one lady said, Swamiji, shall I join you with you for breakfast? I said, come. She came. And then, Swamiji, today you have destroyed my spiritual practice. What happened? You told this. I can accept what you say, except that man. I cannot get rid of him. He is so pernicious and dirty. And all the poison started coming out. See. Therefore, seeing God in everything and being, how it is possible? But when the scripture says sarvagaha, all pervading, what does it mean? See. It's a very simple technique, not difficult. Recognize the divinity as existence. Kathopanishad tells this thing. Asti iti upalabdhavyaha tattva bhavena prasidati. The truth has to be recognized as asti. Asti doesn't mean bones. Asti means existence. Now apply this principle. Inert object might exist. Light exists. Human beings exist. Plants exist. Nothing exists. See? So this existence is a common denominator in and through all things and beings. And that existence is our essential nature. And therefore, we can never experience our absence. See? Sarvagaha. It is something like, in the good thoughts I am, or the mind is, in the bad thoughts also the same mind. See? In the proper digestion, the same physiology. The improper digestion, the same physiology. See? Both are supported by one common denominator. And this common denominator is referred here as anenaiva prakarena buddhi bhedaha na sarvaga. If we talk about animate, we have created inanimate world. If we talk about good people, we have created bad people. If we talk about the overdeveloped countries, we have already created the never developed countries. See? Because we are functioning at the level of the mind. So when we transcend them, then we come to know that there is but one reality. See? These are the experiments when you do, when sit for your prayers, do these experiments. You must have seen, this, that Buddhist Tibetan bell, that bell you take it and don't do turn, but they have got one wooden rod and then move around for some time. Then it starts vibrating, and then remove that rod and then follow the sound. It's going on, follow it. And where the sound disappears, there you are. Where the sound disappears, that you are. See? So whether there was a sound or there was no sound, both of them, presence and absence of the sound, is supported by something which is both presence and absence and yet beyond them. Like the water supports both cause, the ocean, effects, the waves. But the water is beyond cause and effect, ocean and the waves. Now, Data cha dhirata meti. Data here doesn't mean the one who gives charity donation. Data means the one who has given this knowledge to us. This wise teacher, Data dhirata meti. He helps us in discovering the truth that we are. He helps us to use our thee. He gives us confidence. Come on, you can. Don't give up. See? Sai Baba, Shraddha Saburi. Saburi means dhiraj. Saburi means dhairya. Saburi means patience. Have patience. Many a times we lose our heart, and the last stroke was enough. But one stroke, I don't think I can do it. Don't give up. See? So, jnata cha dhirata meti. And such a great master who has helped millions of seekers to grow wise, Giyate Namakotivihi, he is glorified by many ways. See, all the saints and sages, how many people are benefited by them, therefore all of them glorify. See, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. In this manner, this knowledge comes to us by proper inquiry as guided by the teacher Bhagwan Dattatreya. The wise teacher, I have written another translation this morning when I was sitting. The wise teacher who gives this knowledge to the seeker, as mentioned above, is indeed recognized and glorified by many names and is praised. Dhiratameti giyate namakodivihi Guru prajna prasadena murkhova yadi panditaha yastu sambuddhate tattvam virakto bhavasagara. Guru prajna prasadena, the wisdom that is bestowed on the seeker by the Guru Maharaj. Now be very attentive. Here what the Guru is doing is only showing you the direction, but you have to walk yourself. One of the most important thing. Don't see, you must have heard about this thing, Shaktipat. Shaktipat is in different types, or an awakening of the Kundalini. Those who are too dependent type of persons, for them, they want Shaktipat from the Guru, Shaktipat from the Bhagavan. But it is a borrowed wisdom. See? So when the Guru will do the Shaktipat, as long as his power is associated, you will be ha ha. After that, hoo. See, you have to discover your own strength. Like I told you the other day, probably here, that boy came and he said, my Kundalini is awakened, my all chakras are open, but my Guru died. No, I don't know what to do next. So I laughed loudly as you laugh. He said, why are you laughing? I said, you are a Guru killer. You already killed one Guru. Now you are come to kill me. I am running away from you. You are detrimental. There was a great master. He was telling about his life. He said, when I was chanting the Lord's name, the mind will run here and there. And I was so disgusted. So, I happened to meet one Mahatma and he told that, Klaibhyam masvagama partha. Don't yield to impotency. You are a man. You are walking the spiritual path. You are born in a great family. Don't be a weakling. How you can't chant the name? Sit down here and chant after me. And he said, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. And he started chanting. Go. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 10 days, 15 days. And then, aha, now I can chant without any disturbance. Next moment, stopped. Again, the original mind came up. Then he got so disgusted. Oh God, what happened? 15 days I was chanting all right. Now what happened? So he again runs to the same Mahatma. Sir, last 15 days I have been chanting all right. But again today I don't know what happened. He said, hey, Dabbo, you are not chanting. I was chanting through your mind. That is called a Shaktipat. And why that stopped? Because you must have read Bhagavad Mahapuran. All the gopis on that Sharat Purnima Ratri, they were dancing with the Lord. And when they are dancing with the Lord, a thought popped up in their mind. How lucky we are that the Lord is dancing with us. And the Lord disappeared. Because I came up Therefore, this I is the biggest obstacle. So, Guru Prajna Prasadena, so by the grace of the Guru, one is able to recognize the truth. But that doesn't mean you should hang on to Guru. Guru Maharaj uthao, mute Guru. No. Therefore, work hard. And what is working hard for? Two things. Number one, undoing all what we have done in life. Undo. And second thing, unbecoming whatever we have become so far. So spiritual sadhana is not doing something, it is undoing. It is not becoming spiritual, but it is unbecoming whatever we have become. See? Guru Prajna Prasadena. Then Murkhova Yadi Panditaha. Whether the seeker is full of the highest order or he is well read, yastu sambuddhate tattvam. He who comes to recognize this divine reality as his essential nature, viraktaha, he attains dispassion. Now be attentive. We all have this notion that we are walking spiritual path. See? What is the criteria to judge that we are walking the spiritual path, correct or not correct? How do we know? To whom you will go and ask? See? It is a subjective experience. How will you know? This question once was asked by somebody. Swamiji, how do I know whether I am walking correctly or not? I said, I am a fan of Hindi movies. Therefore, एक सवाल तुम करो, एक सवाल मैं करूँ. हर सवाल का सवाल ही जवाब हो. So I'll ask you a question, and whatever reply you give, that is the reply to your question. Okay? Yes. See, I am taking food. Yes. But how do I know whether my hunger is satiated or not? To whom should I go and ask? See, Guru Maharaj, मैंने खाना खाया, पेट भर गया क्या? Whom should I go and ask? Swamiji, what? You are making fun of me. I said, no, you are self-sufficient. There is no need. When I have taken food, who will determine whether my hunger is satiated or not? Me, is it not? Not anyone else. In the same manner, if I am walking the spiritual path, nobody can judge me, nobody can tell me. How do we know? Here is the answer. Viraktaha. See? Proximity to the divine light is directly proportionate to distancing from the relative world. As much nearer we are to the divine self, that much we go away from the world, from the matter. It's not something great I told you. You do it every day. When you go to sleep, what is the process of going to sleep? First of all, we get away from everything, come back to our room. World is blocked. Then we close the windows, doors, everything. And thereafter we get inside the quilt. And there only one japa goes. I want to sleep. I want to sleep. I want to sleep. Till this japa is going on, sleep has not begun. When the I disappears and the want disappears, then the sleep begins. Because in the sleep, there is no I, there is no want. So how do we know whether we are walking in the right direction or not? Two things will happen. There will be minimum impact of I, and therefore there will be minimum load of the desire, the want. spiritual practice is not fulfilling our desires. Spiritual practice is going beyond the desires. But normally, what is our spiritual practice? Our spiritual practice is our desire should be fulfilled. Therefore, observe this. How much we get entangled in this world? Tulsidaji says, Dharmate birati. Birati means vairagya, dispassion. If we are walking the spiritual path, dispassion is bound to be in our heart. And if there is a dispassion, there cannot be disappointment on any issue in life. No expectation. If there is no expectation, there is no disappointment. See? Therefore, Guru Prajna Prasadena Murkho va yadi Panditaha yastu sambuddhate tattvam viraktaha, he attains total dispassion. And living at a zero desire level is transcending the Bhavasagara. See, Bhavasagarat. Now, when we hear these words, it becomes, a very poetic understanding. Bhavasagar means, if you see our Gita Press publications, there, 12th chapter, there is one shloka. Bhagavan says, Tesham aham samuddharta mrityu samsara sagarat bhavami nachirat partha maya veshit chetasam. And there is a picture. There is one, there is an ocean, and in that ocean, people are drowning, and somebody is caught by the crocodile, somebody by the shark, and then Bhagavan comes there in a boat, and one person, Hari Om Karu, he only lifts him. Others maro. That is not Bhavasagar Maharaj. See? Sagar means the one which has no end, no limit. Bhava means the disease of becoming. See? When the child is there, we ask him, Beta, what do you want to become when you become grown up? So, I want to become the truck driver of the garbage truck. Why? It is so nice, Swamiji. Your machine will go and lift it and next time you go and ask him, what you want to become? I want to become the pilot. Truck gone. See? Our whole life, what we are doing is becoming. Then we become educated. Then we become married. Then if there are no children, we are worried. If there are children, worries begin. See? So we become parents. After becoming parents, are we satisfied? No, enough? No. Now the children should grow according to our choice because they are bonsai. And then they want, my child should be like this, and it doesn't happen. One lady complained and told me, Swami, the world is very bad. My neighbor, she gave me in the morning sweets. You can imagine the statement. The world is very bad. My neighbor gave me sweets in the morning. So I was just thinking what could be said to this lady. She said, her son came in merit class. But she did not give the sweet because her son came in merit class. She gave the sweets because my son failed 4 times. What ladies can think, even Brahmaji cannot think. This principle I discovered from one NRI. American NRIs are a different brand than the Australian NRIs. So, that lady, she was a doctor. She came to Delhi. Swamiji, I had to buy things, saris and all that. You please take me to some shop. I said, look here, yeah, lungi I can buy, not sari. So I said, anyway, we went to some very big shop, all nice, AC, cool and all that. I said, you keep on reading the newspaper. Then after about 1 hour of struggling, I was feeling pity for that man, who was showing the things. And then she came, Swamiji, you please explain him what I explained you, because he doesn't understand. Yes, what is that? Ask him to show me this texture of sari with this kind of design, with this kind of border and with this kind of color pattern within this budget. See? So that lady started, but why, Swamiji? People's children pass in merit. Why my son failed 4 times? Started crying. I said, Mama, इमली के पेड़ को आम कभी लगते हैं क्या? You always talk in riddles. I don't understand. I said, thank God, otherwise you'll kill me. See, friends. So we want to become mother and father, and then we want to become the in-laws, and then we want to become the grandchildren, and then we want to become the great-grandparents. There is no end to this becoming. This is called as Bhavasagara. We have to draw a line in our life. Thus far, not further. See? In every department of our activity, with your children, draw a line. Up to this age, yes, take care of them with all love. After that, don't get into their life 24/7 throughout life. See? One old mother complained me when I went to their house. In Bangalore it happened. Swamiji, you tell my children they don't listen to me. I said, okay, call them. She called, 3 of them. The eldest child was a retired brigadier. And her complaint was, he doesn't listen to me. I said, Amma, you tell me, I listen to you. See? The parents don't understand that as you grow, the children also grow. They may be your children, but they are also Baap now. And because of this, the Bhavasagara doesn't become dry. See? भवसागर अब सूख गया है, फिकर नहीं मोहे तरन की. Means what? Now dispassion is perfect. Now none of the things and beings of this world ever disturb me. Then we are progressing in the right direction. See? And when you have dispassion, you can never be miserable. Who is a Mahatma? Who is not miserable? See? Take an example. One husband comes to me and tells me about his tragedy. Husbands come only for that purpose. And he tells me, Swamiji, I am so fed up, my wife is so horrible, I don't know what should I do, etc., etc. Now this case I deal with 2 ways. First as a Mahatma. Then I tell him, look here, husband is a common noun. It's not a proper noun. No husband in the world is happy, starting from Rama onwards. Historical proof. Therefore, if you are miserable, it is a normal condition. If you are not miserable, then something is wrong. Very good. So, Swamiji, every husband is miserable? Yes. Do you think I am telling you lies? तुम्हारी कसम खा के बोलता हूँ. Okay, Swamiji, thank you very much. You have, relieved me of all my tensions and worries. Why? Because others are also miserable. I am not the only one miserable. Then I am a Mahatma. Now the same case I deal with the other way. He comes and tells, Swamiji, I am so miserable. I don't have such a lovely wife as I dreamt, but this terrible Rakshasi came. When he is crying, then I said, Yaar, don't tell anybody. I don't have even one wife. Now tell me, if I do the Jugalbandi with that man, will anybody call me Mahatma? Now why Mahatmas are not miserable? Because they make others miserable. See, friends. Therefore, dispassion is the thermometer of your spiritual progress. The more dispassion you have, you are nearer to the truth. See, every day the same thing. When we go back to sleep, what we do? We start dispassion. Avinaya, everything is rejected. To an extent that somebody is also rejected. Ultimately, the I who wanted sleep, he also disappears. That is what is called as Viraktaha Bhavasagarat. He is liberated from this disease of becoming this or that. Ragadvesha vimuktaha sarvabhuta hite rataha drudabodascha dhirascha sagachet paramam padam. Now the wise man is explained here. Ragadvesha vinirmuktaha. See? How do we get beyond the raga and dvesha? Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter. Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Indriyasya indriyasyarthe ragadvesho vyavasthitau tayoho vasham na agachet tau yasya paripantino. Don't imagine that you will not have likes and dislikes. It is not possible. It is a natural, it is a manufacturer's defect. See? One. Now what could be done? Now the teacher gives a technique. Tayoho vasham na agachet. Don't come under the influence of likes and dislikes. How can we do this? Now let us go deeper in inquiry. In somebody's house I went, their house was terrible. This house is so beautiful. Anywhere you look, you feel good. That house was no color painting and no wall hangings and something as if you have entered the Harry Potter mahal. That's terrible. So I looked around like this and I said, anyway, what I had to do? I had to take a cup of tea and go. So that girl, she came. She said, Swamiji, I know what you have seen. I said, anyway, see what can I do? You know why we did not color our house? I said, I don't know and I don't want to know. You give me a cup of tea and I'll go, that's it. Why collect garbage? So, no, I'll tell you. Okay, then tell you. With tea, instead of biscuit, give this to me. Then she told, when we got married, we decided we will do anything when both of us agree. Otherwise not. Now I like light cream color and he likes light pink color. And therefore we don't agree. So we have not painted our house. I said, such a simple question, I sort it out. What is that? And you don't argue, simply listen, yes. Why don't you paint a dark black color? Then I asked that boy, did you like it? No, not at all. Do you like it? Not at all. See, you agreed. Laga? Therefore, raga, dvesha, likes and dislikes. Be attentive. There is no logic behind liking and disliking. When you say, I like light cream color, what is the logic? When you say, I like light pink color, what is the logic? No logic. See? That is why when a boy falls in love with a girl and vice versa, there is no logic. So all love marriages are illogical. No logic. See, in Delhi it happened. One very handsome, well-built boy, very nice looking. He fell in love with a girl who was extremely super ordinary. Nothing can be attractive in her. So he got involved with her and wanted to get married. So this boy's mother told, see beta, you get married, but at least see somebody which will match you. She's so ugly, not even ordinary. Now the boy got married to her only. And throughout life, anything happens. America bombarded Afghanistan because I am ugly. Anything happening anywhere. There was a terrible earthquake in Japan because I am ugly, therefore it is happening. And that mother-in-law became mad and went away. Because any time only one sentence she will repeat, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, because I am ugly. See, friends. And ask that boy, what did you like? See, लैला की ब्यूटी समझने के लिए मजनू की आंखें चाहिए. Meaning, there is no logic, there is no reason. Raga, dvesha, viyuktaistu. Once we understand this, likes and dislikes have no logic. And what is our life? Our life is guided by only likes and dislikes. Therefore, our life is most illogical. And we consider ourselves to be very wise, who are the slaves of one's own likes and dislikes. The wise man is beyond the likes and dislikes. Raga, dvesha, viyuktaistu. Then, sarva bhuta hite rataha. Another simple way. If you want to get rid of the miseries of your life, serve the miserable people. Then you will come to know your miseries are most insignificant. See, friends, this experiment we tried in one place. A very good family, very well established, old family of that society. And a daughter-in-law, she is very close to me, so fed up. Because the whole atmosphere of the house was so terrible. I used to go to their house. One day she said, Swamiji, I am in this house only because of you, or else I would have gone. And you know the condition. I said, yes. Then, please help me, what should I do? I said, come with me. I took her to one medical camp. And in that medical camp, I said, you do whatever is told to you. And she was engaged for about 3-4 months, every second and fourth Sunday. After attending about half a dozen camps, she came and told me, Swamiji, I have no problems. I said, what happened? I was thinking I am suffering most. But when I saw the world, my problems are nothing. See, sarva bhuta ite rata. Give it some time of your life for some volunteer work here and there. Do something. Your miseries will be definitely reduced. One example. There is one person, uncle we call him. He was in Bombay, a person from Karnataka. Whole life he lived there, he served whatever company. When he retired that night, they called me for dinner. And then he said, Swamiji, now I am retired. From today onwards, I will be with you. I will do everything of yours. Washing your clothes, ironing and taking care of you. I said, please protect me. Don't come near me. I don't want anybody around me. I want to be myself. No, 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 no. I want to do something for you. I said, then you do what I tell you. Yes. Don't change your profession. Take some other job in your own profession. But where will I get? I said, don't argue. You will get the job. And when you earn, the total amount is mine. You are so far working only for yourself, is it not? No work for me. And by God's grace, he got a very good job in Middle East. Very fat salary. Then he told me, Swamiji, I get about 10 lakhs per month. Very good. I grant you 50% allowance. And the remaining 50%, you choose whichever field you want to serve. Education, hospital, social service, whatever. You choose. And he did that really in word and letter. Within a period of year or two, there was kind of a metamorphosis in him. He is now old, almost 75, 80, but full of life. And he is the president of All India Senior Citizens Forum. And he brings out the magazine and takes care of all the problems of the senior citizens. And he told me, Swamiji, you have really made my life best. Otherwise, all the time, grandchildren, one is in Australia, one is in Canada, second is in UK, and you go on like, the carom toss from here to there, there to there. Lead some purposeful life. Sarvabhuta hite rata. It is in our interest, not for anybody's interest. Then, drudabodhascha dhirascha. Drudabodha. A firm abidance in the self. There is no doubt about it. See? And dhirascha, and well controlled with confidence. Dhira, with patience. Saha param padam gachet. He alone attains the ultimate truth. This is what is called a spiritual life. Therefore, the more you are subjective, the world will automatically disappear. Ghate bhinne ghatakasha akashe liyate yatha deha bhave tatha yogi swarupe paramatmane. When the pot breaks, suppose this is a glass pot, when it will break, what will happen to the pot space? Will the pot space go out of the pot in search of another potty? Here and now, it will dissolve in the total space. One. Even when the pot was, that time also, the pot space was the total space. See, friends. In the same manner, whether the body is there or the body is dropped, we continue to be the same divine reality. It is something like whether we put on these kinds of clothes or remove them and put another kinds of clothes, we don't change. We are the same. See? There, for example, given here, Ghate bhinne ghata akashe liyate yatha deha bhave tatha yogi. Therefore, when the body is there or deha abhave, when the body is dropped, yogi swarupe paramatmani liyate. He was always one with his own self. And when the body is dropped, it is something like, the ice cube was always water alone, although appearing to be separate from the water. But when that ice cube dissolves in the water, what is lost and what is gained? Nothing is lost and nothing is gained. Only that separate identity, that I am someone separate from the water, that name and the form and the individuality is dissolved. Therefore, tasa yogi swarupe paramatmani liyate ukteyam karma yuktanam matir yante pisagati. न chokta yoga yuktanam matiryanti visangati. It is said in our Gita and all the scriptures, those who are engaged in the karma, for them it is said that ya mati sagati yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram. At the time of leaving the body, what was the last thought that determines our next life? The last thought is the blueprint. See, कोई आग तो नहीं लग रही वहाँ? नहीं, कोई लगा रहा है क्या?
सांभर गरम कर।
अच्छा ठीक है। जैसे कि आग तो नहीं लग रही। So, the last thought determines our next stage. A yogi is the one who has no desires, therefore no thought. And when in no thought the body is discarded, there is no blueprint. See how simple it is. Therefore, Upanishad Bhagavad Gita says, whenever you are leading your life as an individual, doing this thing, doing that thing, including yoga abhyas, Bhagavad Gita very clearly tells, शुचि नाम श्रीमताम गेहे योग भ्रष्टो भी जायते अथवा योगी नामेव कुले भवति धीमताम. This yoga bhrashta yogi, because he has not discovered his essential self, he has only controlled the prakriti, but the individuality is still maintained. And as a result, when this body is dropped, he takes to another body. See? But this story doesn't apply to tatha na ukta yoga yuktanam. But those who are abiding in the absolute self, about them there is no mention in our scriptures that after death where they go. Like the pot space, when the pot breaks, where the pot space will go, this question doesn't come. In the same manner, the one who is abiding in the self. See friends, therefore recognize this jiva, the soul business. Go to Goa and eat soul curry. There's one dish called a soul curry. See? Paramatma expressing through the limitation of Panchakoshas is called as Jiva. Man expressing through the limitation of wife is called as husband. So man is Parabrahma Paramatma, husband is the Jivatma. Now where the Jivatma goes when the body is dropped, when the divorce happens, where the husband goes? He goes nowhere. Because husband is a virtual reality, not actual. And when you delete your data from your hard disk, the hard disk doesn't become light. Acha kam ho gaya data. Or when you add data to your hard disk, it doesn't become heavy because the data is nothing but a virtual reality. So one man with so many relations around, he continues to be one. But when he is influenced by this relative existence, he is a jiva. Therefore, there is nothing like soul. Only Paramatma is the truth. That Paramatma expressing through the body as mind and reflecting as a living being is a phenomenon. It is not an individuality. It is abhivyakti, not vyakti. Like the light is abhivyakti, manifestation. Bulbs are many, but the principle of light is one. Bodies are many, but the principle of life is one. Where is the jiva? This topic of Jiva is brought in our scriptures only for one purpose. Because our understanding of life is we blame others for our miseries. Then what will be our spiritual practice? Try to improve others. So the teachers tell us, stop blaming others for your miseries. You are squarely responsible for your miseries. How? In the last life you have tortured your wife, therefore she is again your wife. Now she has come with the Karwa Chauth. She is not going to leave you. But I don't remember anything what I did last life. You may not remember, but it is recorded in a divine computer. There is no deleting possible. Then what do I do? Behave properly with her. Now add these two things together. Stop blaming others and lead your life in a proper manner. You will be at peace with yourself. See? Normally what happens? We are always disturbed because of others. So stop that business. And for that we are told that we are the Jiva, the soul, who did good or bad in the last life, suffering or enjoying in this life, and as a result of the karma of this life, in the next life we will enjoy or suffer. Therefore, the moral of the story is not that we are Jiva. The moral of the story is we existed earlier, we exist now, we exist later. Therefore, our existence is unbroken, continuous, independent of the body. Where is the place for Jiva? How can there be fear of death? देहिनोस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारम यौवनम जरा तथा देहांतर प्राप्ति. Like the body has been constantly changing. We have changed so far. How many bodies? According to medical science, they say, I don't know, and in 7 years, every cell of the body is totally replaced. So suppose somebody is 70 years of age. So how many bodies replaced? 10 bodies replaced. But do we get the experience that we have changed the 10 bodies? The continuity is an illusion. See, friends, bringing our attention to this reality is the purpose of study of scriptures. But those who are all the time in that doership, I have done good, I have done bad, then go to hell for good. न च उक्ता योग युक्तानां मतिर्यांते पिसागति न यागति कर्मयुक्तानां सा च वागेन्द्रियाद् वदेत्. What is said to happen to those who are engaged in the karma kanda, etc., it is described in the scriptures. That if you do this sin, you will go to hell. If you do merit, you will go to the heaven. See? And even if you go to heaven, what next? Same desire fulfillment. Whether we are fulfilling our desire in Australia or we are fulfilling our desire in India, the disease is the same. See, the problem is not either with India or Australia. Problem is desire fulfillment. Therefore, such people, karma yukta, those who are engaged in karma, about them it is told, if you do sin, this happens, if you do merit, this happens. If you have seen this dream, it is very bad. One person came to me, Swamiji, I had a very inauspicious dream. I said, why did I come in your dream? No. I saw one black cat. She came and climbed on me in the dream and then caught hold of my right jugular vein and she started taking like a coke. And at very time my sleep broke. And from then onward I had no sleep. I don't know what I should do. I said, forget about it, what you have to do. I am worried about the cat. So, Swamiji, you always make fun, but I am very serious. Is there any bad omen? Do we have to do some puja? I understood. Bakri Eid, celebrate karo. Then I said, yes, it is very inauspicious. You have to do puja. So, first of all, do 5 Monday fast observe. 6th Monday, we will go to one Shiva temple. Because those 5 Mondays I was busy. And in that Shiva temple, you have to do a great puja. And what was the size of your cat? Maybe this much. Okay. Make the same size cat made out of gold, solid, okay? And then we'll do the puja. And then that golden cat, don't give to pujari, give it to me. Then what will happen? Black cat problem will be solved and yellow cat problem will be solved. See, friends, we make our life miserable. See, friends. Therefore, yoginam yagati kwapi yakatha bhavata arjita. But those who are walking in this path of absolute reality, nothing is said about them. Because they don't go anywhere. Where the space goes, space doesn't go anywhere. Everything goes in the space. In the same manner. The whole world is in me. The world comes and goes. Like in the sky, the clouds come, rain and go. Sometimes the clouds are only white, making noise without rains and go. Sometimes it is pitch darkness. Sometimes it is a cloudless blue sky. All the 4 conditions. Do not touch the sky. The clouds raining is the waking experience. The clouds thundering is the dream experience. The dark space is the deep sleep experience. And the cloudless blue sky is the samadhi experience. All of them, they come and go. But me, the Chidakasha, is ever the same. Therefore, yoginam ya gati kwapi hi akathya bhavata arjita. And you have earned it, my dear, you can do it. Bhavata means your good self. Evam jnatva tvamum margam yoginam naiva kalpitam vikalpa varjanam tesham swayam siddhi pravartate. Now this verse onwards we'll take after our lunch break. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.